Hi everyone, it's Tanya, Rainsong 32 Craft Life, and today I'm going to do a little swap reveal that I'm going to send out in the mail tomorrow. So this was from Nati Nati, and it was a Espresso Yourself swap, and there were several requirements that you had to do. You had to do an embellishment box, you had to have a memory dex card with some fun facts about coffee, you needed to have an embellishment like mini box, and you also had to do about 6 dies and 2 shakers. So I'm going to show you what I made, and you needed to have a card to send to your person. So I made 2 cards. Since this is my first swap, I didn't make 2 projects because I had already started everything before I knew you could do 2. So I instead made Nati Nati a card, and this is the card here, and it says thanks a latte, because what was happening with me was I was trying to get in all of these swaps and nobody was taking me seriously because I didn't have any pictures on Instagram posted, I didn't have any videos. So I said, so Nati gave me a chance, and then as soon as she did, I said, it's time to start making videos. So that's exactly what I did. So I wanted to make sure that I made her a card to let her know just how grateful and thankful I am to her. So this card is from my creative time, and the sentiment, I believe, is KF's Crafts. So I'm going to write her a little note on the inside tonight before I send this out with a personal thank you. And then on the back is my tag that says from the desk of. So let's get into the swap itself. I'm going to put this to the side. One of the requirements was to make a card, like a hello friend or card. So I actually literally did hello friend, and I made this coffee mug, and I found a digital paper with a bunch of coffee beans. So what I did was I used my brother scan and cut, and I made the coffee beans smaller in one of my programs, and then I cut them out on my scanner. And then what I did was I put like diamond stickles on all of them to make them shine and give them a little dimension. And the hello is glitter, and the backing, the shadow, is vellum. And this little cute bear, I made stickles for the eyes to make them glow, and I just stuck a little embellishment on the bow itself. So that's my card, and there's obviously several layers on here. I started as a card maker, so I know I have like a million cards that I could post, but now I'm really into 3-dimensional things. But inside, I heat embossed. It's the little things that touch the heart the most. Consider this card a big hug. And I believe that sentiment is from Honeybee Crafts, or Honeybee Stamps, I'm sorry. So that's the card that I did, and I'll put that to the side. So we had to make, I'm going to put this one to the side too. We had to have an embellishment box, so I figured I would use this little embellishment box from Scrap Diva. So I made a larger window than most people do on that, just so you can see the inside of it. Then I used one of her bows, her double scallop bow, which is like one of my favorite bows, to embellish the top. In the awning, I used 2 different colors of glitter, like a rose glitter and a white glitter. And actually, this is like a pink glitter. And I think both of those glitters are from Michael's. So when you open up the box, I just stuck little embellishments. And sorry for all the noise. So in this one, I have a donut, some cookies, and an ice cream charm. And then I have, in the next compartment down, I have these little mini, they're so cute, these little mini coffee cups. Because remember, this is coffee themed. And then I have a couple of charms inside that say coffee. And then, just like I have on the bow, there's a coffee bean. There's some extra coffee beans, so it's whoever gets this can embellish some of their projects. And then I also have just some random beads that kind of match the theme of all of my projects. So I took one digital paper line and I printed them out, actually two, one a copy spot, and I made all the projects with those digital papers. So I'm going to set that to the side. So now we're going to get into the embellishment box, and I wanted to house the embellishment box in this jelly tote because I'm sure you've seen some of my pictures on Instagram. I'm infatuated with this jelly tote. So I did the newest scalloped bow from Scrap Diva Designs, and then I also did a rosette, and then I stuck a little rose in the center because if you can see on the paper there are roses, so I wanted to stick with an embellishment that matched. And then at the last minute I decided to use this crafty heart, also from Scrap Diva Designs, and I made it into a shaker and I attached it to the jelly tote itself. When you take everything out of the jelly tote, you'll see I put some crinkle paper, but I like to line the inside of my totes so they match the theme. I don't like it to be just white. So because I attached the crafty heart, I then cut out another heart for inside so you couldn't see the glue and adhesion. And then the bottom is the same kind of paper that's in the front of this. And inside are like little coffee splatter paper. And then I also made it so you can't see, like if you've ever made this jelly tote, I'm sure a lot of you have, you can't see the paper where it connects in here because I covered it up. And if you want to know how I did that, just ask and I'll make a short tutorial for that. So I'm going to put all that little paper back inside. One of my shakers was, I used this one from Scrap Diva Design. Again, I used the same, but anyway, here's the shaker that I use from Scrap Diva, and I thought it'd be cute. It says "But First Coffee." I used the spoon, and when you turn it to the back side, I attach the spoon to it, and then you can see these are removable dots that I put everything on, so whoever gets this will be able to use this embellishment for whatever they want. And then I also, where there's normally a gift card in here, I took a little card that I made myself and I heat embossed it, and it says "Step aside water. This is a job for coffee." And you can see like the fun paper that I have, it looks like actually coffee spilled on all this paper, which I thought was really cool. And then you turn it over and it says "Just a little something to get you back in the grind." So I stuck that where normally a gift card would be, just to have something fun that my person would get. And you can just stick that right back in there. And I'm going to use the dots to stick this right back on my embellishment book. Okay, so here's my embellishment book. Everything I made this is the embellishment box from KF's Craft. So everything that you see on this box is removable. So these fun gnomes, you'll get to know me a little bit. I'm infatuated with gnomes. I think this started my whole starting outside of cards were all these gnomes. And I like to have like the different skin tones of gnomes. So here's my little girl. She's got the pink glitter paper that will match everything that you see in this project. And you have a boy gnome, and he's got a little cup of coffee. And you'd actually see, if you look close enough at their coffee mugs, you actually see the coffee that they have. So like I said, all this is made from removable dots, so the person, whoever gets this, can take these gnomes off and use them somewhere else. And I don't know if you can see in the background, this is Scrap Diva's heart circle. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but I use a little vellum to diffuse the roses inside. So now let's get inside. And again, this coffee and crafts is also removable. So the person, whoever gets this, can use it over and over again. So on the first page, I had made some nice little cookies that I made before, and I used glossy accents to give them dimension so it actually looks like they're real. And then here's this coffee bean. Now remember, when I showed you the card, and I had these coffee beans. This is the same paper. All I did was I resized it. So where I shrank these and put some stickles on to make them smaller, I enlarged this and then I covered it in glossy accents to give it that nice shine. So on this first page, you see different cookies and different coffee. So the person, whoever gets this, can use this, you know, as embellishment. And again, here's what it looks like, true to size. You turn to the second page, and I think I'm going to do an tutorial on this because I've never seen anybody do this, and I thought this was really fun. So if you look, I have Scrap Diva's heart words, and it spells out milk. But when you look inside, it looks like there's actually milk inside of here. So if you guys are interested, I will show you how I did this. I'm going to do this for a couple of other projects I have in mind. The new potion bottle that Scrap Diva just came out with, I think I'm going to do this and color the inside different colors to make it look like there's an actual potion inside of that. So that's one of my die cuts. Remember, there were supposed to be 6 die cuts. Here's another die cut. It's just a simple coffee cup, but it's larger inside, and I backed it so it's a little thicker. This is the digital paper that I have, which is like a 65-pound white paper from Michaels, and then I backed it with 110-pound white paper, also from Michaels, and I made the copy here. This is my bag topper. So again, I took those beans that I showed earlier, and I used Scrap Diva's heart bag topper. And then I found in my stash a smaller coffee word, and I used that. And to give it a little bit dimension and make it look like it's a shadow, I cut it from several pieces of black paper, and then I just pushed them to the side a little bit to, like, I offset it just a tiny bit to give it a little, make it look like it's a shadow when it's really not. It's just coffee word. So on the next page, I have another size coffee mug. This is a little smaller, but I also have some fun, this is a donut that I cut it out. Like, this is one of the die cuts. I cut them out, and then I used some sprinkles that I had in my stash, and I put glossy accents, and I stuck the sprinkles inside so they're stuck on it. So it actually looks like it's a glazed donut. And I don't know about y'all, but I love me some glazed donuts, even though I don't eat them anymore because they're way too many calories. But that's a topic for another time. And here's another cookie that I made. I believe the white is probably, I want to say it's Nuvo drops that I kind of drizzled over to make it look like it's a glaze. And then there's a coffee mug. Of course, that is also removable. And then I had all of these sentiments from KF's Crafts. I thought it would be fun to include them in here so the person can use. So what I did is, here's the shadow with the coffee bean paper, and then I took glitter paper, rose gold glitter paper, and cut out the thanks a latte, and then I cut it out in black too, and I just shifted them to the side a little bit so you could just see a little bit of that glitter on each word. And if you notice, I had that on some of my other cards, and I did it for the first page too. And again, all of these are removable for the person, whoever gets this. And then super fun is my memory decks card. So again, you have like the removable glue dots in the back. I used a coffee mug here, and again, the same words. And I believe that this is also Scrap Diva's Memory Decks Valentine, I believe it is. And I did more cookies, and I attached them to the cup. And on the back, you see, I did my little stamp on the back, and we were supposed to include some fun facts. So I just took this twine, and I wanted to keep it not too pretty. So I just used twine, and my fun facts I wrote on here. And to let you know what my fun fact is, I hate coffee. I hate the smell of it. I hate the taste of it. I hate everything to do with coffee. I'm a tea drinker when I do drink something, but I love to craft coffee. So I had all of these like sentiments in my stash for a long time. I just never used them because I didn't have anybody to send them to. So when Nati mentioned this espresso yourself, I was like, yes, ma'am, I'll do it because I have a ton. So finally, on the last couple pages, here's another shaker. I think I ended up doing like 3 shakers or 4 shakers. I don't even know. This was one of the new releases from KF Craft. I heat embossable heat resistant acetate. Have a coffin break because Halloween is coming. It wasn't the theme, but I figured I would throw a little cutesy Halloween in there. So that's a coffee mug, and then I have one more coffee mug here, and it's got lots of dimension. It's super thick, so you can see it. And underneath, to make it look like there's something like holding on to this, I made it kind of thick. So that is my swap. I was really scared to do swaps because as crafters, I'm a musician as well. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and I was super nervous about people seeing what I do. So I decided to just go with it, and it is what it is. Hopefully people will like what I did, and if they don't, that's on them. I love it. So there's my swap. So as always, remember, work hard, stay humble, and be kind. And I'll see you guys soon on the next video.